The courtroom falls silent, as a once-feared cop stands trembling before the very man he humiliated. The judge's gavel hits, and what happens next silences everyone. 6 months ago, Officer Brian Hale was known around town for his ego. He pulled people over for no reason, barked orders, and treated citizens like criminals, especially Marcus Reed, a hard-working black construction worker who always kept his cool. One evening, Marcus was driving home after a long day when Brian flashed his sirens behind him. No speeding, no broken light, nothing. Brian walked up to Marcus's window with a smirk. "Step out of the vehicle," he demanded. Marcus calmly asked, "Officer, what's the reason?" But before he could finish, Brian yanked him out and slammed him onto the hood, yelling, "You think you can talk back to me?" The whole thing was caught on a neighbor's security camera. Marcus was humiliated, but he didn't fight back. Instead, he hired a lawyer. He said only one thing: "I want justice, not revenge." When the video went viral, the town turned against Brian. But his arrogance didn't fade. He claimed it was routine procedure and mocked Marcus publicly, calling him another angry citizen. Fast forward to the courtroom. Brian stood on the witness stand, sweating under the lights, his badge nowhere in sight. Marcus sat in the front row, calm, wearing a navy suit and quiet confidence. The judge played the footage, every second of it, on the big screen. Gasps filled the courtroom as Brian's voice echoed, "You people never learn." His face turned pale. The same courtroom he once strutted into with pride now became his cage of shame. Marcus's lawyer asked one simple question. "Officer Hale, was this justice?" Silence, no excuses. The judge looked at Brian, shaking her head. "This court finds you guilty of misconduct and abuse of power." Brian dropped his head as his badge was stripped from his uniform. As cameras flashed, Marcus stood up and looked him in the eye. "You thought power made you untouchable. Turns out the truth has more power than any badge." The audience clapped softly. Brian was escorted out, humiliated and broken. Outside the courthouse, Marcus smiled faintly at the reporters. "This isn't about race or revenge," he said. "It's about respect." The camera fades out on his words as the caption appears. "Abuse your power, and someday, power will abuse you." Union Show. Real justice always finds a way.